What's going on, keepers? I'm Kane and this is Noodle. And today we're going to be paying a visit to none other than the Shane from Small Town Exotics to pick up an ultrasound, and he's going to show us how to use it. So stick around and see what we've got in store. What's going on, guys? I'm here with Shane from Small Town Exotics, and we're actually going to be picking up a ultrasound from him today that we got by being in his Patreon. If you hadn't seen his Patreon, you should definitely check it out. There's a lot of benefits from a smaller tier up to a larger tier, but one of the things that we got to play part in is that we got a first chance at getting this out of him. So we figured since we were here today, we would go ahead and record a video so I can learn how to use it and you can learn with us.
Let me tell you a little bit about it. So this is the KeeperCain. I think it's a 5600, whatever the model number is, but it's the standard one that's pretty popular in the reptile industry. Most people get them off of Breeders' Circle. You can get them other places too, but this one has the foot pedal, the battery, and yeah, that's basically it. So start by turning it on. It'll go through its little check phase. It's a pretty nice unit. The screen tilts, I don't know, 13 degrees or something like that. When you first turn it on, it'll automatically start at the depth of 104. That's millimeters. I change it to 55. That gives you more width, and it goes down about 55 millimeters, which is 5.5 centimeters. And that's good enough for what we do with the snake eggs and everything. Then your gain, right here on the left, brightens it up, darkens it up. I keep it somewhere there. You kind of adjust that on the go. I'm not even sure. Yeah, there's a gain setting. I've never even paid attention to that number though. All right, so got your little gel. Any gel works. What I do is I get these little squeeze bottle ones off Amazon, and then I usually refill until the little rubber thing wears out. Because you can get big jugs on Amazon for way cheaper than you get these, but these little bottles are nice. You just squeeze it right along the probe right there. It's important that if you're purchasing any ultrasound, you get a linear probe. So that means it's a flat one like this, and that's what we need in the snake room. And you get your girl. Last time I did her a week or two ago, she was at 20 millimeters. So I go down like right in here. Bottom third is what they call it. See? Bam. Those big circles are the follicles. And you can play with the gain. Like if you want to go with this while I ultrasound her. Darken it up, lighten it up. Yeah, I usually keep it a little lighter. Yeah, right in there. And then, see, hers are so big. Go right there. The foot pedal freezes it, unfreezes, freezes. Then while it's frozen, you can push measure. And then you switch over to the roller. And you just grab a point. When they're big like this, so it's a little hard. Hit set, and you drag it across to the point you want to measure. Set again, 25 millimeters. There you go. It's that easy. And then when you unfreeze it, all that's gone. Another thing I do, if I'm doing the whole collection, you'll see I have this alcohol. I'll have a deli cup full of alcohol, and I leave my probe in that, so it's like biosecurity between each snake. So I'm not like, if that snake's sick, I'm not tracking that along through the whole collection. That's just something I do. Sometimes I do a little overkill, but you can never be too safe. And like when I'm doing the whole collection too, I'll be wearing my rubber gloves, and I'll be sanitizing the gloves between each snake and all that too. But that's the basic functions. Want to do another snake?
Sure, we'll do one more. And I will definitely be probably rewatching this just as much as you guys.
Basically the same thing, just rinse and repeat. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to mention. So on the sides of the probe, and I believe it's every model, you'll see that little dot right there, and then this side doesn't have it. I hold it like this, and the snake's head on that side. So this pointing towards the snake head, and then your direction on here is correct. If you flip it over, you'll be going, it'll be like a mint, you know, it'll be opposite.
Right. Hey, that's a pro tip right there.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen online before.
Another thing too, like you could tell when they're building, they're nice and thick versus this one just laid. So you'll see she's not as like plump, a lot more skinnier, kind of sucked in, where that one's like round all the way. And even on the bottom scoot scales, there's like a roundness there. You go right here, click set, go over to here, the edge, set, 13.7. I don't record the points, I usually, you know. The trick too. So like right here, you see that green, you see those little tiny lines, that's equal to 10.
Oh, okay.
So usually I won't even use the measure function anymore. Like I'll see that and I'll just kind of go over and I'll be like, oh, that's like a 15, you know, it's bigger, not quite 2 of them.
Right. Yeah, if you've got 1 or 2, then you can sit there and measure, but you start doing a lot of them.
Yeah, when you like go through, then it becomes a job, like hours and hours. So you know, you just kind of estimate, because it doesn't really matter if it's 13.7 or 15.1. It's still in that general facility, you know, vicinity. That's just my opinion on it.
So we'll give you a couple of questions for different things like follicle size. What follicle size do you usually start pairing at?
10.
At 10?
Right around 10, and what I do is like, I do water changes and spot cleans every week, of course, so as I'm going through, I'm looking at their body language, and if they're slammed up against the front of the tub, or bull wrapping, they're cool seeking, then I'll mark them that, hey, I need an ultrasound that girl. And so they'll usually go around like, they'll carry about a 5mm follicle year round.
Gotcha.
So when they get to 10, that means like, okay, they're thinking about going, and then I'll do an introduction pairing with the male and see what happens.
Okay, and then what about when do you stop pairing?
I stop. I try to do 2 to 3 locks. So I'll do like in the 10 to 15, I'll get the first pairing in, and then I'll do another one around 25. And if they're kind of stalling, and I ultrasound them again and they haven't like hit that 30 mark, I'll put them in for a 3rd time. But like 30 to 35, after that you don't need a pair anymore.
Got you.
So you try to aim for 3. So instead of doing a schedule like where you're trying to put the male in here once a month, keep on your ultrasound like every 3 to 4 weeks, and record it on here and pair according to her follicle size instead of a schedule, and you'll save your male a ton of work. Some females will like start the building process and like go on to ovulate in like 2 months, and some will take 6 months to do the whole process. So if you just pair strategically according to your ultrasound, you save your males a ton of work, and you don't wear them out and burn them out.
Awesome, got you. All right, guys. So we really appreciate Shane here giving us this information. Shane is a super nice dude, super friendly in the hobby. He's just always there to help everybody out. And he was just gung-ho when I asked him if we could do this video. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate taking the time for us. I'd like to give him a chance to shout out his Patreon. It's really awesome if you'd like to check it out. But I'll let him give you the spiel on it.
So you can find us on Instagram and YouTube, of course Morph Market and Husbandry Pro Stores, but I'm usually hanging out in the Patreon somewhere. So go to patreon.com, and there's a pro tip too that I need to mention to everyone on every platform. If you're an Apple user, I would not recommend joining on the Apple device anymore. Try joining on the desktop and you'll save a whole bunch of fees. Apple is now tacking on like a 30% fee. So go to a desktop and join from there. So it's Patreon /Small Town Exotics, no E in exotics. And I'll see you there. We do We have all kinds of perks. Everything you spend in there is redeemable for reptiles or gear or whatever, and it's a great crew in there. Everyone helps each other, and yeah, it's a good place to be.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. I'm not just shutting it out because I'm here. I really enjoy the group. I enjoy the people in there, and really, I mean, the benefits are killer. Once you get up to a certain tier, all your money goes to credit. So really, you're just getting all those benefits from free. There's discounts and all kinds of things. Definitely go check it out. All right, everyone. I appreciate you watching today's video. I hope you learned something today. I know I sure did. Big shout out to Shane at Small Town Exotics. Like we said earlier, check out his Patreon. You won't regret it. And he's a solid, cool dude. But as always, remember, your hobby can bring you joy, but only Jesus can bring you peace. I hope to see you guys in the next one.